Thank you, Dr. Rao. This is the 100th year of Indian cinema, and I will keep quiet through most of my presentation because I've been asked to present some numbers. So we'll celebrate the era of silent cinema through my presentation, if you don't mind. A few of the things what I found very interesting while I was digging through internet and many other sources to collect some data on mobile phones was that how little data there is actually. Usable, verifiable, practical data. So I ended up broadening my search from very authentic sources to less and less authentic sources. And the least authentic sources have the most interesting data about demographics. The most authentic sources just have data about how many SIM cards have been sold each quarter. So I'll start with the most authentic, which is the TRAI data. And this will give you an idea of not how and why and where and when people use mobile phones, but how the companies are doing, how well or how badly. Then the next set of data will give you some inkling about the data industry beyond the voice. And there is very little on the demographics, but I'll leave it to you to just mull over it, and there is a lot of work that needs to be done in order to get correct data on the demographic data of the mobile phones. Please don't correlate these three data because they are from three different sources. They will give you some broad idea of what's happening in the mobile space. Okay, there I go. Sorry. How do you do it in Microsoft? I'm sorry.
Just F5.
F5 कर दूँ?
Yes.
Oh. Sorry about that. So the key data here is the 861 million mobile users, which looks very nice, but it's a misnomer. These are nothing but the number of SIM cards that have been sold. So they are not mobile users. Now, if you dig deeper, you will get to see how many people probably use it. I will bother you with some percentages. Urban India, there is almost a saturation. And rural India, there is a lot of headroom for growth, as we like to say in business terms. So please remember this 860 million users are TRAI numbers. And these are just not human beings who use mobile phones, but SIM cards that have been sold. Teledensity is, the urban areas are saturated, 139.83% teledensity. Rural area, there is a lot of headroom for growth. It's just 40%. And this is again dry data. I have no independent way of verifying any of these. The revenues from mobile services, 1.1 trillion rupees, which is 1.2 trillion rupees, which is 2% of the global, which is really minuscule. So the mobile phone companies are not doing very well. This is another interesting thing. So we have 96% prepaid connections, roughly. Milind, I think I'm right on that. And 4% is postpaid. So prepaid is what determines the pattern of usage, the pricing, and much else. There, if you take the best circles, the ARPU, which is the average revenue per user per month, is 86 rupees. So it shows you what kind of people, how far deep mobile phone has penetrated, that there are people just paying 86 rupees monthly. The ARPU for postpaid, which is probably like people like us, slightly better, at around 500 rupees in the best circles. Now this is minutes of usage and SMS. Again, I have made a differentiation between the GSMA and CDMA, but I think GSMA is the one to look at. 156 minutes of usage. And for that you pay 86 rupees. That's the correlation that one would probably like to draw. And you can get an idea about the pricing. This is for the, again for the minutes of usage for the CDMA guys. MO is minutes of use. How many minutes you use the mobile phone? And SMS is of course the SMS. How many SMSs you sent out? Average monthly. Yeah, sure. So this is outgoing and outgoing. The yellow ones are outgoing. That means you're spending, calling up somebody. And this is for the postpaid customers. The previous one for the prepaid customers. The same graph for the postpaid customers. The postpaid customers, obviously, although they are 4%, they stack up much more in terms of ARPU as well as talk time. Now, this set of data is from our own sources. We do a lot of research on mobile data with IMRB. And the previous source of data, as I mentioned, was from TRAI solely. This, we have some data on the data usage, non-voice data from the mobile usage. And there are some good findings that I thought I might want to share with you. The average person who accesses an internet on the mobile has a handset whose price on an average is 8,000 rupees plus. So you get an inkling of the demography of the person who uses the internet on the mobile. At 8,000 rupees might sound cheap, but it's not really that cheap. An average monthly bill of a user who accesses the internet on mobile is rupees 460, which is almost the highest ARPU that I showed in the previous slide. A user spends 198 up towards internet expenses. So the average internet charges are around 198 rupees per month. We do some aggregation of the data numbers, largely from, with the help of companies like Millions and many others who are in the mobile data business. And we have found that the mobile data services market, which we call the mobile value-added services, is around worth around $5 billion now. And it is actually progressing quite fast. So that's on the data usage. So you have a handset value of around 8,000 rupees. You have a monthly bill of around 460 rupees for a person who uses mobile on internet. And there is the average price of 198 rupees for a monthly charge of internet on mobile. These are some of the numbers, and they are highly contested, I must say. But we are very conservative with our numbers. We are saying that there are about 61 million active users of internet on the mobile, which is going to grow to 165 million probably in the next 1 or 2 years. And with this 61 million, we are very conservative. I know many in the room, especially my friend Mrityunjay, will not agree with that number, but we are very conservative with the numbers. And we can have a debate on that, Mrityunjay. Now, this last bit is the result of a lot of, what again research companies call triangulation and many other things, which is basically a lot of internet search because there is no data available. And I am not even able to put firm sources to this data. And this is the most interesting data for me. Again, I would request you not to correlate the previous slides with this one. So these are the numbers. 1 in 10 rural Indians are mobile, which is not at all a very happy situation. 25 to 30 years is the single largest mobile user group. However, 19 to 25 years show the highest penetration as well as the highest propensity to own mobile phones. So it is very inspirational and aspirational for them to have mobile phones. Only 1 in 5 mobile Indian is a woman. And only 1 in 3 Indian men are mobile. Only 1 in 10 Indian women are. So these are all jumbled up data. Don't correlate any one of them. I have collected these impressionistic data from various sources. Don't say, why are you saying this here and that here? They are all collected from various independent sources. And this is the quality of demographic data that you will get in the country. And I'm flagging that in front of all of you, is that it is a big problem. It is a massive problem because if you don't have proper demographic data, none of the many things that we want to do, how to kind of use mobile for development, how to use mobile for education, how to use mobile for healthcare services. It is very difficult to map out any of those activities if you don't have proper demographic data. Now, some more interesting stuff. 2 out of 3 mobile users are unmarried singles. Average monthly household income of a mobile user is 2.3 times that of a mobile non-user. I think I'll end there because you'll find a lot more interesting data if you do this impressionistic search on the internet about demographic data. But I need to reemphasize that mobile demographic data of any sort is absolutely not available in our country. And I would invite any one of you who has any good source or wants to undertake any research to help us collect some good demographic data. Operators don't have that data with them. We know it. Secondly, I think beyond data, what I've seen and read in recent months about the mobile revolution is that people are doing a much deeper political economy and sociological research. And I have recently read a fantastic book by Robin Jeffries and Asa Doron, or a book called Cell Phone Nation. It doesn't have any data, but it is a fascinating way in which mobile phones are impinging on the current social and political structure and sometimes changing them, sometimes actually accentuating them, those differences, and sometimes really creating bigger problems than they existed before. So I think there is also a movement towards the sociological and anthropological analysis of the mobile phone use, and I have personally found them to be much more valuable than some of the data that I got through. Thank you very much.